Hi, I'm Rob Boyd, an English photographer from the UK. I decided to create this podcast series talking to international photographers whose work I truly love. I realised I knew nothing about these amazing people apart from their names and their stunning work. So I created a set of hopefully entertaining questions that finds out who they are and what they love.
Hello everyone, Merry Christmas, Merry Boxing Day actually. I hope you're all having a great Christmas. I am the host of Rob Boyd's podcast this time because we have the one and only Rob Boyd answering his own questions. He's been doing this podcast since March this year and has had, I think, about 40 guests already and counting. He first came to me with the idea at the beginning of the year, and I was the first guest to do the interview. And now I'm the lucky one who gets to interview him. So I'm very honoured to be here and talk to him and find out what his answers are to his own questions, which he's been asking us all around the world for this past year. So let's get on and ask him his questions. Here is Rob Boyd. Hello, welcome and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas! How are you?
I'm
All right?
fine, how are you?
The hostess with the mostess. Yeah.
Well,
Amazing.
Rob, finally, after last March was the first ever episode which we recorded. And I can't believe how far you've come since then. Nearly 40 guests from all over the world answering the same questions. I've enjoyed the whole series. It's been excellent. And I'm really proud of how well you've done because you have got so many good, interesting and talented photographers on this podcast. So let's start with you. What is your name? For those who don't know.
Oh, I wonder. So, yeah, I'm Rob Boyd.
And what's your Instagram name?
So it's Rob Boyd Street 1. So the one was important because obviously I got hacked ages ago before I started this new thing. And Rob Boyd Street 1 is my Instagram.
Cool. And do you have a website?
Yeah, and it's robboydstreet.com.
Very good. And where do you live?
I live in a piddly little place in Pewsey in Wiltshire. It's a tiny little village. It's in a prehistoric place down the road from Stonehenge. It's tiny. It's got about 2,500 people in the village. It's got a carnival that it's famous for, that basically everybody goes out and gets crazy drunk for a week. And
Haven't I seen photos? Did you send photos of that carnival once? You did.
I did. It was scary, wasn't it? Yeah, so I was half naked, dressed up as a gladiator, and we were very, very. I only drink once a year. I rarely drink, and it was that was the a bit of a messy affair once a year.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from Reading in Berkshire, so about half an hour from London. I'm about an hour from London on the train now, but it's half an hour from London originally, and I was born there, and that's where I was from. And then as my kids started to get older, I needed to get in the countryside.
So from Reading, I do know Reading. I don't know Pewsey, but I do know Reading. If I visited you, where would you take me to shoot?
I think Bristol. I mean, you're from Bath anyway, so you remember Bath when you were younger, so that's quite cool. Yeah, good old Bristol.
And I remember Bristol. I remember Bristol as well. Bristol. It's been 30 years since I've been there, so that would be cool. That would actually be really cool. Yeah.
Been a while. Yeah. No, it's cool. It's got street art. It's got neons. Obviously, I like a few neons. Nobody's ever really noticed that before, but there you go.
Never noticed that.
It's got dark sides. It's got everything. You got grungy people. You got smart people. You've got really interesting characters. So yeah, definitely Bristol.
Sounds good. Sounds very good. Are there any places to visit as a tourist?
Where I am, you've got Stonehenge, obviously one of the seventh wonders of the world. It's so tiny to me, it doesn't look like a seventh wonder of the world, but yeah, you've got that. You've got Avebury, You've got Downton Abbey, surprisingly enough, down the road. It's Highclere Castle.
Oh,
That's where they filmed Downton Abbey. So everybody knows Downton around the world. So
yeah. Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
that's
That's
down the
cool.
road. So yeah, lots of historical shizzle anyway. Not so much for street photography.
No, I do know Stonehenge. It is a slightly underwhelming experience, I
Oh yeah.
admit, but but I used to go when you could go touch the stones because you can't touch them
Yeah.
anymore, can you? So
No.
in the good old days. And what's your favourite destination in the world?
I love Turkey. Turkey's one of those places. I'm lucky enough, I've got an apartment. I'm lucky to have a small apartment in the south in a place called Kalkan. It's magical. It's like a little paradise in itself. It's all tucked away. It's the warmth in the winter is just amazing. So yeah, and the people are so friendly as well. The Turks are amazing. Just love the Turkish people. But yeah,
Oh,
definitely Turkey.
I've never been there. Maybe I should go. Especially, I love warm weather. So
Well, if you went with your camera, Istanbul would be a good one because Istanbul's so cool.
Istanbul.
Yeah, so much to see and so many places to go. So yeah, it's a good place to start and get an idea of what the people are like.
Where would you most like to visit in the world?
Oh, for me, Cuba. Cuba's one of those because it's just the colors, the old cars, um, all dragging all that color in. Just everything seems a completely different pace. It seems so chilled out. The people seem, really laid back, and they don't mind having their photo taken. So that's always a bonus.
Oh, that's always a plus, isn't it? That's very cool. Oh, I have never been to Cuba, but I know a few people that have, and like you say, the cars and the scenery does seem to be really, yeah, really, really cool. So I get that one. That's a good answer,
Thank
Rob.
you.
If you could time travel, where and when would you visit?
Right. Okay. So it's a bit different. So I'd go back to when I was younger, and I go and see all the mistakes that I made, and see how much of a numpty I was, and then go back to those people in the future and apologize for what a dickhead I was.
I can't believe you were a dickhead.
Yeah,
There's
when you're
no
young.
way.
Yeah, when you're young, you know what it's like. You're young and stupid, and you try
A
and
rebel
think you're
without a clue.
amazing, but yeah, you go along and you're probably even to your mum, and she does all your washing and your ironing and does everything for you, and you just don't even notice until you start doing it yourself when you're older, and you think, yeah, actually, poor woman, she did everything for me. So all those people that I did anything stupid to, or ignored or whatever, I go back and put that right.
Yeah. That's a really nice answer. That's actually a really you answer. I like that one. If you could photograph anyone in history, who would you shoot?
So Sidney Poitier. Do you know Sidney Poitier, the actor?
I do. I do.
Yeah.
Would you shoot him like when he was younger or when he was older?
Do you know what? If I had the chance, I think probably when he was in his, he was coming up and through when he was just first discovering acting and everything else, and he was working 16,000 jobs and, getting his craft together. But yeah, he was incredible. He's just, oh, yeah, I can't even put it in words. It's just an amazing, amazing person.
Oh, you're really cool. Yeah, that first when he started that he was very cool as well, wasn't he? He had a sort of ill look. Yeah, that's a really cool answer. Tell me a fun fact about yourself.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a couple. So the first one, I'm an adrenaline junkie. I love roller coasters. I've done bungee jumps, multiple bungee jumps. I've parachuted. I've done paragliding 4 times. Yeah, anything adrenaline wise. Even the other week, I went off to when I sent you those pictures when I went to Seville, and the first thing I did was look up where the theme park was, and I was on the those huge crazy roller coasters and sent you the pictures of those. So yeah, I
Yeah,
love that.
I can't believe those. Because when you told me that, I was like, oh, really? And then, like, yeah, literally, there's all these kind of getting all these videos of the roller coasters. But you've bungee jumped and skydived,
Oh
bungee
God, yeah, I did a
jumped.
300. I did a double bungee jump, so that was over water. So I did a double one. And
Oh
stupid
my
thing is, they say,
God.
right, okay, whatever you do, do not push yourself off when you go. And it was going backwards. So what do? I push myself off, and then you end up bungee jumping down, but then you go over the top of the crane. So instead of just going up to the crane, you go over the top of the crane and you get very close to that crane and you think, oh God, I'm going to die. And then once you go over the top of that, you enjoy the experience after that.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I did a double one. I did a normal one over a car park. That's a bit worrying because you hope they get the cord right. Otherwise, you're going to... Car park, yeah. Just a pub car park. Yeah,
what?
Yeah, car park.
How does that work then? Do you have to climb on a crane?
They basically just pitch up and you go and they hoist you up the top of the crane and then they say, right, off you go.
A car park.
And it was in a pub as well. It wasn't even, just like, yeah, go on then, off you go.
I just imagine them always being like with cliffs or like in these really kind of remote areas. I didn't realize you could bungee jump in a car.
Yeah. No. Pub car park, they stuck a couple of bits of wood underneath to chock it up to make sure it didn't fall over or yeah.
A car park. And you went on
it. The parachuting, I was lucky enough because we've got the Red Devils down the road. So the Red Devils are literally just down the road from there. And so I managed to parachute with the Red Devils. It was amazing. Such a good experience.
You bungee, God, Rob, you've got amazing stuff.
Oh, no, that was amazing. Yeah, it's got to be done.
What was my fun fact? Certainly wasn't as fun as this one. Mine's really stupid. I can't remember what I said. Oh yeah, Formula One fan. Well, at least you've got a car park.
So the second fun fact was actually I was the youngest person to be employed by the ambulance service anywhere in the country. So in the UK,
oh, the ambulance service.
Yeah. So when I joined the ambulance service, I was 17 years old, and they had to go and check all the things I could do. So they didn't know if I could do nights because I was 17 and not 18. They didn't know if I could ride around in an ambulance because of everything that was going on because I was 17. They didn't know, all these things that were just unprecedented. So, yeah, so I was the youngest employee. I was in the ambulance service for about 13 years and did so many different jobs. But yeah, there you go.
Were you driving an ambulance at 17?
No, I wasn't till about 19 I was driving, but I was a control room assistant. So I was basically taking 999 calls at 17. I then gave, at 18, I was given my own hospital office. So I actually had, ran the whole of the Royal Berks Hospital transport at 18. And then 19, I went out and became an ambulance driver. But they didn't call it paramedic or anything back then because they didn't have a word for that. It was too young. You had a skip, like a scoop stretcher. So you scoop somebody up. You had gas and air, you had oxygen, and you had some collars. That was it. It was literally just scoop and run. So that was the difference when in the 80s compared to the, to what it is now.
Because we've got a combination of bungee jumping in car parks and ambulance at 18 years old.
Absolutely. You got to have a mixture.
Okay, right. I'll get back organised now and ask you your next question. Yeah, what's your favourite word?
Right, okay. So the one I always put out when I send everybody my answers, my example answers, is fuckwit. Because it just sums up all the bad idiots in the world. But recently I think my favorite word is grateful, because I'm just so grateful to everybody actually taking part and trusting me with their work and basically spending their time to actually do this podcast, because it's just it takes a lot of time out of people's days and everything else, and they have to curate their work, they have to send it to me, I'll make it into a video, and they trust me with their work. So I'm just grateful, basically. That's my favorite.
Oh, that's a nice answer. I liked fuck.
Yeah, well, who doesn't like a good fuckwit? Yeah.
Fuckwit. But they're grateful. Oh, that is so nice. And you have done so well. I mean, you have had so many brilliant guests in. I mean, like I said earlier, I'm very proud of you, because I remember when you came up with this idea and you've made it happen. So I'm really proud of what you've done.
Very kind. But yeah, really I am truly grateful to everybody that.
Oh, that's nice. Teach me a new word or a saying I might not know.
Okay, so Gertlash.
Yeah, but I know Gertlash because I'm from the West Country. All right, my lover.
Right. In it, yeah, in it. It's Gert lush. So in the West Country, if people haven't got a clue what we're bloody talking about, it's basically
Oh yeah,
something's
it's
amazing.
lovely.
It's Gert lush, like it's very lush. It's lovely. It's lovely, isn't it? And also in Bristol, when they get off the bus, they go, "Cheers, drive."
Yeah. Oh, they used to do that in Bath. Cheers, Drive. Yeah, I have. So I start talking with a West Country accent now. All right, my
And
lover. Yeah.
I likes him, so I keep him.
Gert Lash. Oh, he's Gert
Gert
Lash. Yeah,
lush.
but it's not just
He's
about
Gert
it's
lush.
something. But you say, oh, he's Gert Lash. I never used. I obviously because the thing is, I don't have the. I never had the proper Bath accent because I probably because my mum didn't have an accent and my dad had a really strong London accent. And I, growing up in Bath, but obviously when I was at school, I must have had a sort of soft version of the West Country.
Yeah.
You have a bit of
Lots of
that,
ass.
yeah, that, because you just end up talking like your friends, don't you? And but yeah, Gert Lush. I hadn't heard that for ages, but I knew what Gert Lush. So I used to use it as well. I'm sure. Probably talking about boys or something. He's Gert Lush. Anyway, I love. What do you say to the bus driver again?
Cheers,
Cheers, drive.
drive.
Fancy a pint of cider. Sorry. When did photography click for you? Excuse the pun. What moment did you realise you could take a good photo?
So, you know what it's like? You take lots of photos with your kids and all that kind of thing, and that's how you sort of get into photography. And then took my camera out when I first got it, and I basically didn't even know what street photography was, but I was up in Scarborough in Yorkshire where my mum lives, and the light was just great. So I thought, right, okay, I'd take a picture of a busker, and then all the colours behind, the light was perfect, and everything just clicked in one place. So it was just a busker. It was but everything, all the colours, it was like something like Debenhams or Marks and Spencer's behind, and they had all these amazing autumn colours, and the light was hitting right. And yeah, it was just at that moment I thought, oh, this is it. This, you can actually take a decent picture. This is cool. So yeah, that was the moment. I remember the moment exactly.
And what's your favourite 3 photos that you've ever taken, and why do you like them?
Okay, so they obviously change all the time, as you know. So they always, you always progress and everything else. But the ones that stand out to me, so my profile picture, the one with the red and the kind of movement, like an abstract shot. So that's the first one. There was a waiter in Covent Garden where it was one of those amazing light things where the light comes in and it hits just right. And he was standing there just waiting for somebody to make an order or whatever. But it's Buns and Buns, it's called, in Covent Garden. Really nice place. It's all glass. It's like a glass. You're almost like a goldfish bowl. So all photographers always go around there and circle the goldfish bowl to try to try and take a picture anyway. But it was just one of those afternoons where the light just came in and it was spot on, and it just hit perfect. And then the third one is really weird because I was in Malaga in Spain, and you go down these tiny little old-fashioned alleyways, and then there's this big sex shop with neons. There's just like really cool neons, and I don't like neon particularly, but I thought I'd better make the effort. So it was crazy because all these historic shops and alleyways and everything else, and then you come around the corner and bang, there's this sex shop that's just got these crazy kind of neon signs in the dark. It was amazing. So it's like, oh yeah, that looks amazing. So yeah, I like that because I darkened it down and managed to change my f-stop and get it to pop. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you do like your neons, don't you? I like your neons too.
Good.
And what advice would you give a new photographer?
So practice, and travel. So don't get hung up, like everybody says, don't get hung up by your gear. Just basically use your phone, an old camera, or until you know what you want to do. And when you've learnt your settings, just spend the money on travel. Go out and go to other places and just enjoy the world. And also reach out to people, because people are amazing, especially photographers. They just get, if somebody comes to London, they're, always greet them and make sure they're, they've got somebody to shoot with. Same with if I went to Seville or Malaga or Rome or wherever, there's always people that are willing to show you around and give their tips. And if they can't make it, then they give advice and tips of where you go. So yeah, practice, travel, and reach out to people. That's the main ones.
Yeah, and you've got to come to Rotterdam as well, because you're talking about travel, so you've got to come here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. I'm planning to next year. Yeah. You can't stop me in 2026. That's it. I'm off. Yeah, that's it.
No, because we saw each other in London. Now it's time to see each other in Rotterdam.
Absolutely.
Last question. We're the last question already. It's gone really quickly.
I know.
Can't believe it.
Crazy, isn't it?
What's next? What are your photography goals?
Well, we just talked about that, visiting people. So yeah, coming over to, come and bombard and see you. And just reach out to everybody that's, I love travel anyway. I'm hoping to do the Dublin Street Festival, hopefully, and the London one and the Rome. So they're the three that I want to try and get to. Whether I can get to all three, I don't know. But that's, they were amazing last year. I didn't do Dublin, but I did the other two. So yeah, the festivals I definitely want to do. But also I want to come and visit people in where they live. So like you lot in Rotterdam, obviously there's a lot of you out there as well. So,
Rotterdam and Amsterdam, obviously, but then it's so close together that you can literally, because when we were in London, I forget. Rotterdam feels like a village, and Amsterdam feels like a village when I'm in London, because we were traveling by tube, and London's so big. So in fact, traveling from Rotterdam to Amsterdam and seeing both cities is pretty easy. It's quite a good connection. So I really hope you can come over, and we'll definitely see each other probably anyway in England at some point next year, hopefully, but because I'll be coming over again. But cool. It sounds like a very good plan.
Podcast isn't going anywhere. I've got guests all the way up to April so far, and I've got so many people lined up that I want to talk to as well. So that's obviously, the people that I haven't got, to yet. Time just flies by. It's ridiculous. But yeah, there's so many people I want on the podcast as well that are just, I love their work. Yeah. So that's another thing. And what I'm amazed as well, some people, it's not their first language. So, they've gone, right, well, like, I'd love to do it, but it's not my first language. I'm not very confident. So they've even said, right, well, you can translate it for me, or I'll translate it, and then we'll put it out like that as well. So that's another avenue as well.
Amazing. And everyone does it, don't they? Everyone's on here, and it's cool. It says a lot about you, I guess. Oh, it's so good, isn't it? It's so nice, and they're great questions. I loved your answers. A few of them I knew, a few of them I had no idea of, and I think I'm still stuck on the bungee jumping in the car park one, to be honest. That's my favourite answer, because it's definitely a fun fact. Along with Gert Lush, because it's been quite a while since I've heard that one. But no, it was great. I hope you enjoyed answering your own questions. I hope you.
Yeah, it was fun. Nice.
It was good. It's good, and thank you for asking me to do this. I feel very flattered, because I've never actually done an interview in my whole life. Yeah, I've answered questions, but I've never asked. So.
I couldn't imagine doing it with anybody else. It's got to be done.
We know. Well, once we start talking, we don't shut up, do we? So.
Oh God, that's the trouble.
The quick call turns into hours of just babble. It's so funny.
Absolutely.
I don't think anyone was quiet in London for any length of time, was it? That was such a good trip, by the way. I loved that.
Yeah,
meeting you up with you guys and being in Soho and stuff. Yeah, it was so cool. Such good memories. Oh. Anyway, well, I hope everyone has excellent Boxing Day and Christmas, New Year's Eve, all that kind of shizzle. This week's always a bit of a weird week, isn't it, for everyone, seeing families and friends and whatever. It was just, no one knows what day it is today, I'm sure. It's Boxing Day, or as they say in Holland, Tweede Kerstdag, second Christmas Day. I don't know what they call it around the rest of the world, but let you get on and celebrate Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas, one and all. Right, thanks for being my amazing host. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.